Bueno, amigos, qué placer. Estamos con Jonathon Banks, el entrenador de Gennady Golovkin, que están dando ya los puntos finales para el campamento rumbo a la pelea contra Canelo Alvarez. Well, my friends, we are here with Jonathon Banks, a renowned trainer who is with Gennady Golovkin, putting the last touches for the camp for the trilogy of Canelo Alvarez. Thank you, Mr. Banks, to be with us this couple of minutes. And
Welcome.
thank you. The first question is, we in the media, the fans, we were surprised when they announced the trilogy. For some time, we saw that the trilogy was never going to take place. When you knew that this fight is on, what came to your mind?
Nothing. Okay, let's go. I mean, it's a fight, you know. I guess it's kind of been waiting and anticipating by fans all around the world. And it's been waiting and anticipating from myself as well. So yeah, I'm like, okay, cool. Fight is finally happening. Let's go.
And I'm so sure that you saw the first two fights. What you took from that fight, what's impressed you the most from Canelo and from Gennady Golovkin from these two fights?
I mean, as a boxing fan, both me, everything about the fight was impressive. You know, the way the two guys went at each other, the way there's no back down from each other. I mean, the whole thing, everything was impressive. So got no, it was just as a fan of boxing, it just was an impressive fight. What impressed me the most is just how both guys was relentless. You could tell, you could look at it and see they both had a desire to win.
You
So
said
it made for a really good fight.
You said the word relentless. That's been a definition of Gennady Golovkin's career. Relentless, coming forward, coming through the opponent. We see Gennady in this to fight with Canelo. We see that against Murata. What, if you can tell, what different we can see in this fight, or will we be Gennady doubling down in this relentless way?
Well, I think both fighters will be relentless in their own way, because I think both fighters fight significantly different than they did the first two times they met each other. You know, I don't think neither fighter is the same. Like when Canelo first met G, he was more of a mover in the boxing. You know, it was all about speed for him. Now it's all about power and about knockouts. Because he said this up leading up to the fight. He said, "I come to destroy him." You know, that wasn't the mentality or everything in the first two fights. You know, so I think both fighters is fighting significantly different than they did in the first two fights.
Well, we saw the two press conference is stand out the way that Gennady handled himself. We saw Canelo speaking about how Gennady was a false person, two-faced, not a good people, and we saw Gennady calm within himself. This is the real Gennady, so calm, so in the middle of the storm.
I mean, you shouldn't have to ask that question. If you look at his career, he's been the same guy. Now that's something you need to think about. He's been the same guy his whole career. He haven't changed. You haven't seen him on video or TMZ cussing somebody out, yelling at the waiter. You've never seen nothing like that. Triple G has been Triple G. His personality have not changed. You know, so if somebody saying that this is not really him, like if the one person saying that out of 10 million, who you gonna believe? You know, like you seen this kid, like his whole career, he's been the exact same.
Can you describe how was the first moment when you get in touch with Gennady? The first moment that you met him, how was that moment?
I mean, you gotta understand, I met him years and years ago. you know, because of we was actually signed to the same promotional contract, to the same promotional company. I mean, so you know, he got started when K2 signed him. I was a part of the K2 promotion. So because of the Klitschko brothers, so I met him like years ago.
How can you compare if there is some comparison between Vladimir Klitschko and Gennady Golovkin? What are the similarities or the differences?
They have a lot of similarities. The way they work ethics in the gym is very similar. You know, their mentality is very similar. You know, they both love speaking Russian. That's very similar. You know, so, and they both close to their brother. Only difference is G have a twin and Vladimir don't, but they both are significantly close to their brother.
So many people points to the 40 years old of Golovkin. I know that Golovkin, I spoke to him and he said, for me, it's a number. How do you see this age thing with Gennady Golovkin? And we saw what happened with Ryota Murata. But in your eyes, when you train a new boxer, a young boxer, and an old boxer, and you have Vladimir, I think, to 38, 39 years old, how is the difference in the training room?
I mean, there is no difference when you got a fighter that's dedicated and is ready to go. There is no difference. Only difference is the older fighter may be a little more dedicated because he's smarter. He's been in the game a lot longer, you know, so it's no different than training Vladimir at the age of 38, 39, or 40. It's no different. You got certain guys that can perform good at a late age. Certain guys get 35 years old, their back start hurting, their knees start hurting, they're ready to retire. You know, it's just different. Everybody, so many people in boxing look at boxing with one brush. So once you get old, okay, retire, because they're looking at it one brush. But look through the years of the fighters that was able to perform at a later age in their career. Every fighter wasn't able to do it, but you have a few fighters that's been able to do it.
We are seeing great trilogies through the years. Ali, Fraser, recently we have Wilder, Fury, and of course, the last fight, the trilogy, is what resounds the most, maybe in the mind, in the imagination. How do you think this trilogy will come down in history? How do you think that fans will remember this trilogy between Canelo and Gennady?
I think they will remember it similar to Wilder Fury. I think it would be that dramatic. I think it's already highly anticipated. So I think it will go down as one hell of a trilogy fight.
Well, I don't rob much of your time. Thank you, Jonathon Banks. Thank you. Good luck on September 17 with your fight against Canelo, and we hope that you have a good night.
Thank you. Okay? I appreciate it.